morning show. We're on there at 9 o'clock on every weekday night, taking calls about the Jazz.
Hello, good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox. You're on the panel tonight. It's Fox and Bridgeman. Evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, Ox. Good evening, Bridge. Good evening, listeners.
Can I say a big good evening to you guys in the panel? Massive good evening to the boys in the lobby and to all the Rangers fans all over the world. Good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio.
How are you, Fox?
Very well, thank you very much.
Did you get your thing through who you got in the Secret Santa?
No, I did not. It's not arrived yet, no. Is it something good?
It's a big box.
Well, a big empty box.
Aye. Excuse me, guys.
How are you, Bridge?
I'm excellent, pal, thanks. Excellent. Starting to really recover now. I'm a lot better.
You feeling better, mate?
I'm starting to feel really good now, and my wee wife's recovering. She's 2 days behind me with that stuff, you know.
Right, okay.
Get her better.
Like bugging about, so at least you don't know. Well, this time next Wednesday you'll be finish your Christmas dinner, then you've got the next day, so you get about 7 sleeps till you go to Ibrox again, mate.
77 sleeps. Do you know what it feels like? It feels like 7 months. I mean, 7 sleeps.
I'd agree with that, Bridge. It seems like ages, doesn't it?
It really does, you know.
We have hardly played. If you take the European ties out, we've hardly played at Ibrox. It'd be interesting. I'll just have a look at that. Get the fixtures up and look back.
Nah.
But you're right, we've hardly played at Ibrox. But next game, it's a big match, Bridge.
Biggest of the season.
Aye.
Biggest of the season. Every game now is the biggest of the season. It's been like that for me. I've got expectations, but I don't want to go past the next game. So the next game becomes a mountain, you know.
Mm-hmm. We didn't play one league match at home in November.
There you go.
We obviously played Hearts at Ibrox at the start of December. We've not played a league match since. And our last league match would have been the 27th of October against Motherwell. Yeah. And then you have to go back to the 6th of October. So since the 6th of October...
With one league match. Well, two, counting half. Two counting half.
Aye.
And then the next one's when? Against Kilmarnock?
Boxing Day. Boxing Day against Kilmarnock.
So you're saying from the 27th of October, yeah, to the 27th of December, we'll only have had 3 games at Ibrox, league matches.
3 league games, aye.
That's unbelievable. And we'll have played something like four, maybe 14. By that date, probably about 14 league games. And only 3 of them at home. Unbelievable.
Aye. Unusual fixtures, Fox, eh?
Aye, it's been weird the way it's worked out. That we've had this massive run of away games, and I think it's all designed, mate, so that we're behind him going to the break. That's what I think.
Well, you know, if I wasn't such a suspicious person, never mind. I believe you. I'm with you all the way.
Well, to be honest, Bridge, they could have picked any game for the Friday night game and allowed us to play tonight and Sunday or Saturday or Sunday, and we could have caught up our fixtures that we're behind in. I don't understand it at all.
No, and I don't either.
Is it just because the Rangers are the biggest draw in Scottish football and we've got to be on the television?
By a distance, Fox. By a distance.
So we could have played tonight and the game could have been on Sunday, yeah?
We could have played tonight or tomorrow night and the game could have still been on Sunday.
That's what I'm saying. So the game could have been on Sunday as the televised game, unless they've got another televised game on Sunday.
Well,
with a far more important team than Rangers.
There is no team more important than the Rangers.
To them, not to us. So as far as TV is concerned, Rangers are a massive big draw. So we should have a better pull and some influence that could say, well, wait a minute. No, let's not have a big gap here. Everybody wants to be sensible. Let's get the stuff as much as possible, get it sorted. So we would like to play on a Wednesday, and any game you've got for the TV, and we'll move it to Sunday.
I think I've said this before, Bridge. What I can't get for the people who run our game, who don't, before they put fixtures out, they draw them and say, right, okay, so what happens now? What happens if teams go through in Europe? Yeah? What happens if teams progress in the League Cup? Because, come on, it's the scenarios under that what's to draw up. You draw that out and say, right, what am I going to do? Okay, so keep away for that Friday night game. That game has to be a Wednesday, Sunday game or a Wednesday, Saturday game because of the fixtures. It's not a lot of organisation, is it?
It's not science, is it? It's not really.
It's just drawing it out and spreading it out, doing the scenarios and saying, right, okay, if this happens, that can happen. So how do we deal with it? You're back to the same problems when certain teams get in Europe and then the semi-finals are on the same day.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
it's shockingly bad organisation for the people who run our game, Fox.
It is, and it's the same in England with the carry on with Liverpool there, mate, they must have tipped Liverpool to be in the Carabao Cup, and they must have also known they'd be away to play in that World Championship game. So it looks like the people that arrange the fixtures, both north and south of the border, don't look forward very often.
Same as Arsenal last week. I'm not getting any great allegiances to any team down south, but Arsenal played Monday, then Thursday, then Sunday. 3 games in 6 days.
Well, we've done that ourselves more than once, eh?
Aye. Anyway, but that's just the way it is, and we have to deal with it and get on with it. And as long as we keep winning, Bridge, it's not an issue.
Well, of course, that's the be all and end all, isn't it? We have to win. Look, you know, we can see anyway. Like as fans, I'm right in firmly now into the Foxy camp. There's definitely a fix, or it seems like a fix, where the way the things are getting set up, and there's definitely not a fix towards the Rangers anyway. Let's put it that way. And this could cost us, and it could cost us big style. And I'm being funny when I say this, because that mob, if they win tonight, and the chances are, and we're no daft, you know, the chances are they're going to absolutely murder Hearts tonight. Because Hearts are a very, very poor team, and they're not that much better anyway. But they might just batter them, and that's all there is to it. So they could end up, before our game, they could end up with 3 points or 5 points, ahead of us by the time we play them, providing we keep winning. But we'll have a game in hand. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Right. And then, of course, it'll be a 6-pointer then, and Challenge had purpose a 6-pointer. The nerve game for us.
We'll win that, mate. We'll claw
so
back.
We win that brings us back level again, right? That brings us back level again. So, well, back down to 2. But we will still have a game in hand. You know what I mean?
Right. Aye.
So, it could make a big difference. But, you know, I mean, I don't know. There's reports coming out in the telly. I heard some tonight on the telly that Rangers could find themselves 8 points behind Celtic if Celtic win their games. That's including us, of course, you know.
Oh, that's correct. That's the arithmetic.
That's what I'm talking about. It's absolutely right. And I'm going, but why are they saying it like that? Why are they not saying, well, you know, sorry, I'm back to this, the way they
but it's true, Bridge. If they win all their games, they will be 8 points.
I know that, pal. That's what we were just talking about. Of course they will. If we beat them, then it's back to 2, right?
If we win all our games and they don't, it'll be back to 2 and we over game and on. That's the scenario.
Exactly, pal.
You know, that's fact. But what we're just saying is the unevenness of the fixtures. And
it's shocking, just shocking. Seriously, it's just a lot of pressure on our manager. That's for sure. But he's big and handsome and can take care of himself. And nothing to worry about there. My opinion, nothing to worry about.
Aye, but we'll see where it takes us, mate. So, look, we've got the games out the way. We get Motherwell. We got Motherwell out the way. We hopefully get Easter Road out the way on Friday, Fox, and that should put us in a good fitting for the couple of games before the break.
I've no fears going to Easter Road. We're playing very well at the moment. 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 And I think sometimes we're just as good away from home as we are at home. So I've no fears, as I said, going to Easter Road. If we play to our form, we will win there.
Can't argue with that, Bridge. I cannot
Oh,
argue with that.
look, the way we're playing absolutely superb stuff, you know. Our short passing game, quick passing game is really, really brilliant when it comes off. And okay, a couple of times it doesn't, but at the end of the day, Motherwell were absolutely nowhere in that game at any time, apart from the time our goalkeeper had to make a nice save, a really good save. Other than that, they weren't in that game. As far as I'm concerned, they were actually a poor Motherwell team, to be honest.
Anyway,
No,
people,
according to the press, they weren't, mate. They
Oh,
were the
listen,
top form in
I've said
Scotland.
this a million times. As far as the press are concerned, we watch a different game. Us Rangers fans go and watch our team, and we watch a different game because their interpretation and their man of the match and their stats and all the rest of it, and it all goes against us. All goes against us.
you get that paranoia, mate. You're going to have to let it go.
Oh, I can't let it go. But I'll try and curtail it. I'll try and curtail
Right.
it for the night.
Okay, just back to last night. Just quickly, we'll announce again. We'll give you quickly your numbers for Saturday night's draw. It's Saturday night's bonus ball. So let me think. We'll be back on Monday for our last show before Christmas. So we'll have the winner then. But the numbers are. Got a pen here, Bridge, in case you miss your number.
Oh, go on. I was
Right.
7, I think.
I'll not give the numbers, but this is in order. Jeff G, Port Bear, Gary Fay Hamilton, Davy Russell, Cairo, Ayrshire True Blue, Bridgeman, Cushy, 55, Jersman, Hereford Blue, Hoot, Kingjair, Knackpipe, Scozzy Bear, Skipper, Squigalot, Wigpen, Yapoon, Almac Jair, Dutchy, Mac, Doogie the Bear, Baza, Rodders 92, Cloak Rangers, JWR, Blue Eye Jack, Blue Bossa, Padge, Stardog, Mrs. Dutchy, Jim 115, Westfield Bear 61, Blackpool True Blue, Lone Ranger, Whippleton, Blue Craig, J Mac 42, Blue Blood, Leak, George Fay, EK, Ronnie Bell, The Coop, Stevie for the Drum, now known as Winston, Mitch 1872, Hereford Blue, All Bear, Big Al, James, who pays the Road West, Ian, Nachinopo, I can't read Smurf, Four Lads, Tracy, Blue Horizon, Tanya, Cumbrian Bear, Bubbly Bear, and last but not least, Mark McPhee, Corby. So that's in order. So
Well done, Val. Well done.
all right, so Saturday's bonus ball, Fox. Yes?
That's correct, mate. Saturday's bonus ball.
We'll be in touch, whoever wins it. Strip, address, and the strip will be on your way. You'll not get it for Christmas. You'll get it for the 29th, Fox.
That'll be good.
Foxy, remember what I said last night as well. It still stands. If indeed somebody else wants a shot at it, we're looking for a number desperately that you think is a good shout, and just use mine. I'm quite happy with that. No problem.
That's no problem. You get in by default anyway. I must have made a mistake.
Yeah, right, you. Imagine saying that to the man. That's shocking. You're a shocker, boy. No, as I said last night, so please, if you don't mind, in these cases, I'd like to offer my number up to whomever. Anybody except JFK. I'm only kidding.
So there we have it. That's it. So we're all there. The numbers, and it'll be drawn on Saturday night. Nothing to do with us. We've even got it'll be live on the telly if you want to follow it.
Live on the telly.
They'll
There are
probably
other sources,
say,
of course.
they'll probably bring that up on after the draw. Just remember the strip from Rangers Radio as the bonus ball, whatever it is.
And they probably announce it. Will they announce it?
Of course they will.
Well, just imagine them announcing and Foxy. No, it'll not be you. Well, you've not got. You have got a number.
No, I've not got a number.
We could
All
get
right,
Noel Edmonds to deliver it in Christmas morning, one of these special tearjerker
yes.
programs. Anyway, enough for us. If people want to join us, what's the number, Bridge?
The number's 0141 356 1972.
I've joined us at Skype at rangersradio.online. We brought in a call by Old School Blue. If you phone us on the phone in, hang up and we will contact you back. Don't worry, we will contact you back. That correct, Fox?
That is correct.
Yep. And some interesting stuff in Alfredo Morelos last night, Bridgeman. You know, I'm enjoying the wee man. I think he's fabulous. I think he plays the game. He just plays the game full of enthusiasm. He's hunger for goals. He's changed. I think he's a hungrier player for goals now than he was when he first arrived. But we signed him. Was it £1 million, Fox? Is that what we signed him for?
Roughly £1 million, yes.
£1 million. And obviously you've got inflation and all that. And I'm not saying he's the best pound per pound forever, but he must be up there. And I'm not talking about boys that's come through the ranks. I'm talking about boys who paid transfer fees, value for money. Bridgeman.
I couldn't disagree with you there. I think he's knowing well, let's say it was around the figures of £1 million. My goodness gracious, he's something else. He's marvellous. He's the best player we've had at Ibrox in a long time. So exciting. He transforms the game when the ball comes to him. People are up on their feet, and it's just amazing to see and feel the atmosphere, the change, you know. It's just brilliant. And see all this getting picked on and all that. And I don't want to go into it too deeply, but see all this getting picked on. That's just got to stop. The authorities should be saying, let's get this stopped. Our game is a joke. You know, as we've said many times, they've got people in our game are just hating the game and hating themselves to death. And that's the truth. Jealousy and bitterness is incredible.
Bridge, man, stick to the question.
Sorry, pal.
Value for money.
Value for money by a long
You
way.
think so?
The best.
Of all the players we've ever signed?
For me, at this moment, I would say he's the best signing we've ever had. At that price, brilliant.
Right, okay. I mean,
allowing for inflation, I don't think that would be 100% correct, mate.
Who
would be for me.
Who would you go for them, Fox?
Well, my hero, Dave Smith, was a £50,000 signing for Aberdeen in 1966. So how would that work out, mate, with inflation?
What about Alec McDonald?
A
lot more Colin Steen.
Didn't he do it, Bridge? Didn't he?
For me, he did.
He scored the goal. His record 73-75. Unfortunately, was waste just at the wrong time. Big Colin, but he was on £1,000, which was a lot of dough then. But would you say that value for money? Dave Smith, Alec McDonald, or Colin Steen? Who would you plump for, Fox?
Oh, Alec McDonald probably for value. I know it goes against the grain. I would normally say Dave Smith, but Alec McDonald for the amount of time.
The longevity, mate.
That's what I said there.
You know, that Colin and Dave never had, you know. I thought you might have come in with somebody else, Bridgeman.
What do you mean? Well, the best transfer-wise into Rangers, 17,000 or something like that for Slim Jim Baxter.
Aye.
I didn't think you were going as far back as that. I do apologise.
Well, we said transfer values. I thought you
yes, indeed, pal. He's the best player we've ever signed in our history. But not a striker per se, but fabulous.
No.
But striker-wise, we Morelos by a landslide.
Right, okay. I suppose the value for cash, mate, and the potential of his goal is going to be up there, Fox, eh?
Well, especially the cash that he could possibly raise if we were to sell him. None of the big names of the past have come anywhere near Alfie's expected transfer value, which will probably be 20 times what we paid for him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's anybody else in our history, mate, that's moved for that sort of difference. Do you?
No, I can think of. I'll start thinking of that. Just you have to take Skip out of the draw, Fox, because if he wins it, he doesn't want the two lasses fighting on the strip.
All depends, mate, whether it would fit one of them or no.
You know, so. I'm trying to think. Davy Cooper, £100,000. You know.
But we never get much of a transfer free for him, mate.
No, he never did. I think he went for a free when he went to Motherwell.
Aye, possibly, free, aye.
Aye, but I mean, but you can't have it both ways. You can't have somebody at the club for 11 year, 12 year, or putting them on for a transfer value. It's what's important to you at the time, innit?
There's Blue Blood put a calculation in for you. What it would be
Right.
worth now. You're £50,000 for Dave Smith, and it's talking here just under £1 million.
Well, funny enough, we on our fag packet, we had that at £950,000. So that wasn't bad, was
it's
it?
not far. You're not far off it. You're not far off it.
Wasn't it bad, Blue Blood, for the fag packet maths?
I think that was his daughter that did that.
Well, she's a
Yeah.
clever girl. She's the
The way he's
darling
probably got
of
enough for
Rangers Radio. She
No,
is the
Daddy, I
darling.
reckon that. Yeah.
Well, that's a great
No,
thing.
The guys you're speaking about were Rangers legends. They're legendary for Rangers fans. Baxter, you're speaking about, even McDonald, David Cooper.
What
These players
did we pay for McCoy's? 200,000?
Yeah, you know. But
What would
the
that
other
then
meaning
for?
is that they, to me, highest flag in the place was for Baxter, because he was King Jim Baxter for sure. And we never ever go over losing him. Never go over it. Never. Davy Smith did a good job. He came in and he's a fantastic player and Fox's one of Fox's favourites. But seriously, as a footballer and everything else, he captained the team. He did everything. He was the beating heart of Rangers for a long time, and he was fabulous. I'm sure there's guys in the lobby who are who know about Jim Baxter, not just in the legend, but in maybe seen him. So I think Jeff G is one of them.
Oh, there's not be that many left now. Bridge will be.
No, I know.
We've seen them play. They'll be in the minority now, Bridge, yeah?
Well, of course.
Aye, they'll be in the minority. You know. But I'm trying to think. What about McCoy's Fox? Is that a reasonable shout? I'm going to see how much he came for.
I can't remember the exact amounts now. But again, he wasn't somebody that we made money off him, mate. I thought you were talking in terms of...
Oh, I never mentioned making money. That's you. You just made things up. You know. But it's value for money and what we paid for them and what we get out of them. And obviously, there's two things: whether you get a transfer value for them or you've got the longevity. You know what I mean?
And with the one, mate, championships and cups and things like that, you know. I mean, normal big signings at Ibrox, we probably lost money when we let them go, did we know? Just thinking of people like Flo, we lost a fortune, probably the highest transfer we've ever had, and I think we lost about 6 million on him, didn't we?
£185,000 Ali signed for us.
Well, that wasn't a bad bargain, was it?
You know, when you think what he done. And you're talking about Flo, £12 million, Fox.
Aye. Much did we let him go for? Can you remember?
Ooh, I'll have a look. I'll take the Wikipedia route on that, yeah? I'm going to guess about 6 million.
6.
That's me taking a guess, Fox, from memory. Chelsea, Rangers, 12 million deal.
No, it wouldn't be as much as I think it was nearer 8 million we got off of Chelsea for him, mate.
8.2 million we got, so he cost us 3.8 million, I feel like, yeah, plus whatever wages we paid him.
But everybody used to say he was a flop, but his stats don't up, did they know?
Oh, there we go, McCoist. He's only be worth 613,000 using the old inflation calculator.
Who else was big signings for us? Newman, Arthur Newman, he'd be about 6.5 or something.
Well, I don't know if it was as much as that. Van Bronckhorst and all that came in at the same time, didn't they? Kanchelskis.
The Arsenal manager, Arteta, was there, was he no?
Yeah, that's a good point, mate. I can't remember what we signed him for. I think we.
I think he'd be up there in the top 6 or 7, top 6 anyway, and transfer fees that we paid out, mate. And of course, Ryan Kent would be up there now.
Mikel Arteta, right? I'll get him back up here. Right? Rangers, Arteta signed for 6 million. Arteta, 2002.
What about Van Bronckhorst? How much did he cost us? 5?
Oh, Bridge. I've not got him listed in
Sorry,
front
buddy,
of
I
me.
thought you were looking at them. Apologies.
Van Bronckhorst, that was Fernord we got him for, wasn't it?
Yeah, indeed, pal, indeed.
I'd have a guess at 5.
We signed Arteta for 6 and sold him for 5.2.
So we made a loss.
We were never good at making money, were we?
No,
Let me
we
see.
were not.
Van Bronckhorst. Between 5 and 5.5 million, and we go 8 off Arsenal for him.
There you go.
Profit there, mate.
Profit.
Yeah, he was a wonderful player.
Right, I'm going to say pound for pound. Then my one, I would struggle to argue with Alan McCoist at the moment because of his longevity and his record, folks. But we Morelos is getting close.
Well, you can't beat the value we got out of McCoist. He might not have been a terrific manager, but what a goal scorer he was.
And indeed.
At all levels, mate. At all levels in cups and leagues in Europe. He was a goal scorer of immense proportion.
I think
on you go, Brad. It's all right.
I reckon he was a marvellous servant to Rangers. He was a Ranger at heart, and I think he was a great servant and a wonderful goal scorer, as you said. But he was a Ranger. He was a real Ranger. And something's happened to Ali since he left the Rangers as a manager. Something's happened to him, and I don't know what it is, but he still comes across as a jolly japester to all intents and purposes. But there's something no quite right. I don't think he's dyed in the wool as he used to be. That's my thoughts, because I think he's mellowed, let's call it that. Maybe mellowed. But seriously, that guy was just right. You could cut him and he would be blue blood for sure. 100%.
There's 2 Alan McCoys, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's Alan McCoy's the player. 3 if you like. Alan McCoy's the coach, and then Alan McCoy's the manager. But Alan McCoy's the manager after 2012 because, come on, we've got to give him credit, Fox, the way he handled what happened in 2012. Forget about the money.
Without a doubt. He just stayed in there too long, mate. That was the thing for me.
Then he had Alan McCoy's the manager in the lower leagues, which was embarrassing.
And see, to be fair to him, mate, for some of the abuse that he's taken off of our fans, mate, you would think he might be a wee bit bitter against us, but no way is he. You know, he still sticks up for us here and there, you know.
I have to say, the immortal words that he said when the problems were there, we're the Rangers, we don't do walking away. And that started to gel everybody. If not, people weren't, but most of us were bought in anyway. But seriously, that gets the hair in the back of your neck up. That was just amazing. And when they stood up again and they said we're going to take, because I reckon that Charles Green was going to trade in a number of titles and trophies to get us back into the game again. And he's the one that turned in and said, no, we don't do that. We won them on the pitch. You can't lose them anywhere other than on the pitch. And I'll give him his due. Charles Green backed him all the way. And these are the incidents. That's what makes me remember McCoy. I loved him as a player, obviously, as I tried to say. He's probably one of the great Rangers.
Funny enough, he was. I liked Tally, but he would never been my top pick in the team at the time. You know, when
you're a mojo man.
No. I like Tally, but I mean, his period when he signed for the club, I sort of Russell and Cooper were still there and still playing nice stuff. Obviously, we didn't have the greatest team. And then as the team get better and Graham Souness arrived, he was still scoring a lot of goals, but I don't know if he was necessarily still my favourite in the team. I didn't dislike him, but it was never my number one pin-up, I feel like, but you cannot argue with his record as a player, Fox.
Yeah. Incredible.
No,
Incredible.
not at all, mate. Nobody can. I mean, Souness did bench him. He never went into moods or anything like that and fought his way back into the side. So, fair play to Ali. Top goal scorer at Ibrox, mate. You can't get any better than that.
For some of the time when Souness was there with McCoist, and he had the mojo in, which is bringing the great mojo, the great transfer of getting mojo in. It was what it did to them. It drove them over the top, and the Mark Hateley. So McCoy had to sit on the bench because Hateley and Mojo were playing quite well, I must admit. Scored a lot of goals. So he waited his time and he got back in. And what a combination him and Mark Hateley became. Wow. Just wow. Wonderful.
All right, so we'll put a few names out. If anybody thinks that anybody else has been better value for cash, I would say we've got three favourites at the moment. Alan McDonald, Alan McCoist and Alfredo Morelos. Is that fair?
That's fair.
Aye.
There's a lot of guys in the lobby thinking, based on what they're saying, some of the comments, are we talking about what a guy made for us?
No, we're talking about what we paid for him and what we got out of him. Either transfer value or longevity, yeah.
So one of the big ones for me, who I thought was a fantastic signing for the Rangers, was Boomsong. I thought he was a fabulous player for us.
We never paid any money for him.
He was only there 6 months.
Aye. He made us a lot of money. So you could
8 million, isn't it? 8 million.
You could argue that he was a great signing, Fox. Boomsong.
Yeah.
Aye. I think Graham Souness worked a wee flanker with that one, taking him for 6 months.
McLeish was the manager then.
Was it? I thought it was Souness who brought him in.
McLeish. You're about a decade out, maybe a little more, mate.
Boomsong.
Aye, Boomsong.
Was not a minute. Souness was the manager of Newcastle United.
Aye, that's
Souness
how
at
his
Rangers.
name. Aye.
Yeah.
Maybe Souness done us a favour. It'd be great to hear this. So people want to join us, give their thoughts, give the number, Fox.
Yeah, the number is 0141 356 1972.
Or join us at Skype at rangersradio.online. We brought into the call by the one and only old school blue. Scuzzy Pears put in Bobby Russell. I think we got Bobby Russell for junior football, so I don't know if
We did.
there was no money involved, I don't think there was, but what a player Bobby Russell was.
I've got one for you. See me when I went like that with Mikel Arteta being a manager. Who were top 20 signings? Many became managers. And decent managers.
A caller coming in. Let me put the show off in the background, caller.
It's
George.
Yeah, it's George Feasco, right?
Still got the show on.
It's half, mate. It's half.
All right, how we doing, mate?
I'm doing brand new, mate. Absolutely brand new. I was thinking,
you've got the bug for this, haven't you?
What's that?
You've got the bug for this, haven't you?
You better believe it, man. You better believe it. I can't wait till he comes on, you know what I mean? Get that ready, get ready. I'm off, here it goes, get it on.
What did you have for it,
But do you know, George Albers was a good buy.
I'll see how much we paid for Albers. I can't remember. 2.5 million seems to ring a bell.
He was a great player, you know what I mean?
Aye, successful career ways.
Totally.
I think it was about £3.5 million we paid for George Alberts.
Aye.
That would be for Hamburg, wouldn't it? Hamburg.
Aye.
Alberts signed for Rangers for £4 million. Yeah.
Aye.
He only played 126 games for us over a 5-year period, 38 goals.
Aye.
That's league goals.
I thought he was an outstanding player, I really did.
Hardest shot in football that I think I've ever seen.
Aye. That goal against the Rat Catchers was an absolute belter, wasn't it?
To the rat catchers.
Must have been travelling about 140 mile an hour.
Aye, and a
Catches.
very intelligent player, strong on the ball, good passer.
Aye. That's
Aye.
And a
it.
very
terrific
popular player as well. Very popular player.
Still
That's
is,
what I mean.
but
The Rangers
absolutely.
fans loved him, you know.
Absolutely, pal.
The
Smoke
Dick
up the chimney.
Advocaat
Smoke
was
up the
too keen them, is he?
No, I don't think Advocaat didn't like his style, did he?
I don't think so, by the way. No, I mean, I was gutted when they left. I was gutted, man. You see, we were talking about Morelos, the treatment Morelos has got. See me think back about, remember, the horrible way they used to treat John McDonald. It was absolutely diabolical. You know what I mean? They used to cite him down the box over and over again. You know what I mean? They've never said a word about that.
John got himself a reputation that they just kept peddling, didn't they?
Aye.
Take that to Bridgeman, mate.
Yeah, indeed. It was my young brother's pal, him, John McDonald,
Aye.
and when he was kind of schoolboys all the way through, and yeah, he got that. Called him the submarine, didn't he?
Aye.
But you know, it got. By the way, you watch some of some of that mob across the city, some of their teams. They've always had the one or two that'll just fall. Get anyone near them and they'll just fall.
They've got 11 now, mate.
Oh, wow.
Aye. Totally. 100%.
I thought a load of them-
77 goals he scored. The 78, 86 was it?
Sorry, I missed that.
I said 77 goals he scored in 1978, 86.
Yeah, he
John
was a
McDonald.
smashing player.
Aye, but
Good
I mean,
man.
we got him for Clydebank Strollers, mate. There was no transfer fee involved, you know.
There you go. He's a bargain, wasn't he?
Aye, but what we were saying is, originally, George, was the people that we actually paid money for, no transfers.
Aye, I know, man.
I mean, if you think back, John Gregg cost us nothing, Sandy Jardine cost us
Exactly.
nothing, you know.
Aye.
I think Alec Miller was running Clydebank Strollers when John McDonald came across.
There you
No, I
go.
don't think he was, mate.
I think he was, buddy.
Huh?
He was running Clydebank Strollers for years when he signed with the Rangers. Aye.
I don't think he
He was
was.
like
then.
Lee Wallace was, you know, with it.
I might have been helping out, aye.
Yeah.
For another player and all, a little bit louder.
Aye, again, I mean, obviously we signed him for about 4 million, 4.5 million.
He was pure class. Pure
He was
class.
brilliant, but he wasn't ways that long, and then
I
he
know.
left us for nothing,
I know.
mate.
He made a mistake, went to Chelsea, rang manoeuvre, and even admits it himself was a rang manoeuvre.
Aye. He was only lucky if he was there 6 months and he retired, didn't he?
Aye, that's that. He's been doing there and it was a no-go for him, wasn't it? And I remember that mate saying Rangers were like a reserve team or something, remember that? He says, you must be happy to get in with Brian Laudrup for Rangers. He was like, he says, that's the Scottish League, know what I mean? As if they were like nobodies. Know what I mean?
But I think when you're talking about value for money, you know, what
Aye.
we get, I mean, Morelos,
Aye.
he's $1 million, and
Morelos, I've never seen it like Morelos, man, at Ibrox. I mean, let's be honest about it. He's a different class, isn't he?
Fox.
just gets better as the seasons goes by for me. I think the best improvement in his game this year, apart from the goals, is his layoff play. I think he's spot on with it more times than not. His wee flicks to left and right of him are absolutely tremendous. And I like the way he now bombs into the box. As soon as he lays it off, he turns and heads for the box. And he's knack at getting shots away in the tightest positions is absolutely brilliant.
Do you know, against Celtic, man, he'd be a good decoy. Because there's three players that are always on him, know what I mean? So you create that space for somebody else.
That was one of the only complaints I had about the performance against them in the cup final, that we didn't get enough players in the box, mate.
Totally, mate, totally. Because you were another player, man, because there was three men on him all the time, know what I mean? So there was plenty of space for somebody else to get a dig at the goal.
That's
Now,
what
that
he
goal he
does.
scored against Motherwell at the weekend was a fantastic goal.
I know. They were all on him. They were all on him, you know.
Brilliant, man. Brilliant.
Honestly. I honestly think he's going to go for about 50 million or something, even more than that.
I don't know about these kind of figures, but you just never know. All we need.
But they're giving it, man. They're giving it 50. Them across the city are giving it 15 million. What?
Anything it puts on at one of their strips is going to get a tag of 15 to 20 million quid. And that young
exactly,
right back
man.
they've got there now, I don't know his name, but now he's going to be. Somebody said they've got him tagged the same as Tierney. You're like, what? Come on, he's only 5 minutes he's been here. However, that's the kind of things that they do. That's the way they set
He's never off the treatment table.
I know, but all I'm saying is that's the way they do that, and they value the players and they get it out there for the world to see and criticise. But it doesn't take away from what they think, you know.
Exactly, tell them about it. And I say, see what the fixtures and all. They're talking about earlier on. It's diabolical, that, isn't it? And it's so obvious, glaringly obvious, by the way. They want us behind them, know what I mean? Playing catch up.
Well, I've noticed what's annoyed me is for the supporters, mate. The supporters are going to get games at home on Wednesday nights when they've maybe made it, you know.
The working sector and that, man, it's just not right.
You know, it's more the supporters that annoys me. You know, but I gave you some good players you mentioned there, but I still think the three in the lead at the moment for value for cash. I don't know who's doing the typing.
I'd say McCoist is the best at them all, honestly.
McCoist might be up there. Alec McDonald and Ellis.
Aye. 100%.
Nothing in between. I'm trying to
Jim
think.
Baxter.
Oh, well, Jim Baxter, man. No, I mean...
Was that a Scottish record at the time, Bridge, when he came?
I don't know if it was a Scottish record. It's only 17,500. It might have been. It just might have been. To be perfectly honest, I can't remember. But I know when he left, it was like 75,000 or something like that to Sunderland.
Right, okay.
I dropped in the ocean.
I wasn't lucky enough to see him, know what I mean? It must have been... My dad told me loads about him. My dad was idolised him, you know what I mean? The big Slim Jim, but he says that. He would never train, you know what I mean? Just when the ball was backside training, but then he didn't hate it because he had the ability. You know what I mean? And what today, imagine the day with Slim Jim be worth a day.
Well,
you couldn't put money on it.
That's exactly that. You know what I mean? Honestly. I mean, do you know something? I'm hoping that I was born in 64, right? So that, you know what age I'm of then, right? And I was in a taxi 2 days ago, and there was chains lying in the deck, and I said to the taxi, there was a couple of bob lying down there, and I picked it up, and he was at Blue Nose and all, and it was 55 pence, and I was like to myself, I hope that's an omen. I really do hope that's an omen. A day, I'm 55, and I found 55 and all. Come on. Oops, sorry.
My house number's 55 and all.
Blue Horizon in the lobby said, what's he saying there now? In my opinion, the world of football before 1970 doesn't exist. Or doesn't count, sorry.
Well, it's been great talking to these boys, by the way, you know what I mean? As usual, you know what I mean?
No bother, George. You take it easy. Don't be a stranger, eh? Anytime
I will not be a stranger. This is my show. I love it.
What's that, pal? Again, George. Can you say the next time you come on, can you bring your fervour back again? The fervour you got for the Rangers, because we need it.
What's that? Keep it going for the Rangers.
That's it, buddy. That's
the Rangers really need us. Keep it going.
That's it, pal. Do you like that one?
I love it.
That's it. Well done, buddy. Well done.
Take care, lads. I'll be tuning right in. Let's have a great evening.
Cheers, George.
All right, bye. All the best to you. Bye.
Cheers.
See, we should all be like George and stop worrying about the next fixture. We are Rangers. We'll beat MD. It's put in front of us now.
Here.
I understand, you know, but we have to be a lot of honesty as well. You know that it's really going to be really difficult to go the whole season winning every game. But I'd love it to happen. I would absolutely love it to happen. But it's going to be difficult.
Do you not think we'll need to do that, Bridge, to take 55?
It's
I
beginning
would
to
not
look
be
that way.
surprised if we would. Sorry,
It's beginning to
sorry,
look that
Ulster.
way. Oh, on you go, Bridge.
I was going to say we would, all Rangers fans would just love that to happen. But based on what we've seen of recent, we're playing very well. But we all seem, not always, but there are times when we seem to be hanging on for dear life, getting to the last 10 minutes of a game. And we really need to manage that better. I don't know whether we can manage it through the coaching staff to give us a plan for the last 10 minutes from a defensive perspective, or we need to be able to just see it out to the end of the season, see what happens. But we definitely need, if we are going to continue that way, let teams pressure us that way, we're going to need higher quality defenders. And that's not trying to take anything away from any of our defence.
I totally disagree with you, Bridge.
Go on, Barry.
I think football's about. I know we see football slightly different. I think obviously we would one bad defensive performance this season. Well, two in the league. One at Aberdeen when we lost a silly goal, and obviously the game at Ibrox where we set up Rang and we gave the ball away cheaply and they scored, which made it an easy game for them because they'd something to hang on to, and which they done. And then they could have scored 2 or 3 goals in the second half. That was because we were pounding them. And that's the way they set up to play, is the same as they done in the cup final. They set up to try and mug us. But the Aberdeen performance, our problem is coming with our no finishing half teams. When we're getting in 1 and 2-0 up, like the Aberdeen game, when we're that far in front, it should have went 3-0 and the game should have been done. And the defenders shouldn't come into it. In the last 10 minutes of games this season in the league, I think from memory, maybe Kilmarnock equalised against us and we were up the park and got the winner. Apart from that, if you look at it, we've been pretty comfortable. Fox?
We have lost a couple of late goals in games. Can think of that European game as away against
Young Boys.
Young Boys as well. Twice. But I'll tell you what, we put that much effort, a physical effort in the style that we play in, and it's very, very hard to keep your concentration for 90 minutes, mate. And maybe it's just a bit of tiredness creeping in due to the effort we put into games, that we're just mentally tired at the end of games and we're making the odd mistake. But in a whole, I think this side is as fit as anything I've seen in a Rangers team. And especially with midfield, I think they do go through a power of work in every game. And so do the 2 fullbacks, mate. And I think we've got to appreciate that. And especially when we mention people like Tav and Barisic maybe make mistakes, the effort they boys put in to cover that wing in every game is absolutely immense.
If you take the 3 games that you've mentioned, the Young Boys games twice and say potentially Aberdeen, Fox, yeah, the game should have been out of sight. In all the games, the Young Boys game we should have won over there. The Young Boys game at Ibrox we should have been 2 or 3 up. The Aberdeen game we should have finished.
But sometimes it gets down to game management as well. I think in the Young Boys game, we were still chasing the second goal when we should have maybe in the last 10 minutes sat back and defended what we had at the time, you know. But we didn't. We tried to get the winner once they equalised, and it cost us with a second goal.
Yeah, and you know, it's I'm just don't want Rangers to lose any goals at all. But I know it can't happen. That's why I'm saying it's going to be tough, really tough. But if we really want it to happen, then there's times in the game when we seem relieved at the end of the game. Let's put it that way. And I'm talking in particular of the European game there, where we gave away an OG. We were under a lot of pressure at that point in time, and we couldn't manage to get.
I do agree with you, but I think I don't. I know the goal we lost. I didn't think Golson was great. Tav wasn't great, but we tired.
Indeed.
I think we tired because of the emotional for Sunday took its toll, and because our whole team, when we hit half an hour, I was crying out to get the substitutes on just for fresh legs because we hit the wall. And
well, that's what I'm saying.
With emotion.
We can only do it through management and coach and the coaching staff. i.e. managing the players better, understanding what they're going to do and how it's working, and recognising that it is a wee issue for them, and they need to get that sorted. Or if they can't get it sorted, just recognise the fact that this is the best players we've got, so we have to either live with what we've got, or to improve anything, we have to get better quality players in to rally the whole thing. Because we've given away quite a lot of late goals, which has cost us points, particularly against Aberdeen, not that long ago. Hearts.
But the two goals we lost, it was 2 each after about 50 minutes. There was still 45 minutes to go. 40 minutes.
I understand, but I think
Hearts
the lights have gone out.
scored in the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, I know, buddy. I know.
We had plenty of time to both games.
Yeah, I know that, but that's what I'm meaning about the coaching and management solution. They come up with something better than we've got. But how they can do it, I don't know. Sometimes it's really difficult to manage to do that, because we've all seen it happening. And our manager and his coaching staff, we have to find a solution to some of these. How do we lose points? How does it happen to us? Come up and get the solution and solve it. But sometimes we just find ourselves stuck back in our own 6-yard box, not even our 18-yard box, inside our own 6-yard box, defending for our lives, particularly that game in Europe there. And we could have hung out for another couple of minutes. We're through as champions. Not that I'm bothered. I'm glad we're through, and that's all that matters to me. But we know ourselves. We gave a goal away, and it was our own fault.
It wasn't the greatest defensive, but sometimes it's not always the defence's fault if you lose a goal or a situation in a match, Fox. It can be the forwards that give the ball away cheaply, and the two fullbacks have steamed up the park looking for a simple pass, and it doesn't happen. Come on, Fox.
Aye, sometimes when we're attacking, we lose the ball cheaply. Teams break on us, and the midfield are out of position, and we're back to are exposed. I think that's a problem. But the games that we have failed in, mate, I honestly think it's when the midfield haven't been as dominant as they usually are in games. They weren't dominant in the game against them at Ibrox. I think they were posted missing in Young Boys, and again in Aberdeen in the second half they were posted missing. But you can't fault them there the whole piece, because they've been absolutely terrific.
I like the way we play bridge. I think it's decent. A decent watch.
I absolutely love it. I've been saying all the time. The only thing that's missing for me when we see their defence struggling inside their own 6-yard box after 2 corners, 3 corners, 4 corners, the pressure's immense, and we sometimes can't cope with that pressure and we lose goals. How do we solve that problem? I don't know. And the manager and his coaching staff need to come up with a solution. That's all I'm saying. They need to come up with a solution, because we will still do it. No matter what we say, we will still do it. But it'll be against good teams most of the time, i.e. European class teams. But it will happen unless we get better quality players, which is a lot. It's a different ball game entirely.
Can I just say something?
I
was reading in the lobby that Leicester beat Everton tonight, and Duncan Ferguson's name was mentioned, mate. Going back to your transfer fee, would he be the highest fee we've paid in Scotland?
He was. Certainly was at that time. He was the highest transfer.
I don't think that we've ever, since then, we've no paid
$4.5 million.
I was I think it was more than that.
$4.5 million to Dundee United. Yeah.
Sorry,
they must have got beat on penalty kicks, mate. The game went to penalties.
I think it did.
What
was the score then?
2 each. It ended up.
So did Everton lose?
Lost 4-2.
Lost it to Leicester in penalties.
Yes. They were 2-0 down, going back to 2 each.
Do you think Big Ferguson's got any chance at all getting the job?
It looks as if the Italian boys lined up for it, mate, and Ferguson is going to be his assistant, according to what I read today.
Oh, that would be good. That would be good, yeah. That would be good.
You know?
One of the things is when you step up and start to take the first team manager's job, you know, what you've left behind, sometimes as you've left behind, you know, because if you don't win, you don't make it, you'll go out the door and they'll just get rid of you as quickly as they can. And anybody that's associated with you will go with you, you know, and they'll be swept out.
A wee bit like Graham Murty, only he successfully moved back to the youth, mate, and is making a good job out there.
Yeah, but the rest of them went, didn't they? They swept everybody else out of the place.
I'm just talking about him.
Oh, just him. No, I thought Murty. Murty was he came for the youth. He was a youth coach, and Rangers had asked him to step up and do the business for us, and they were looking after him after it. He was badly let down, but and very inexperienced guy. But my goodness,
the first time was fine. The first time was fine. The second time it should have never have happened. But in saying that, if we'd have got it right, we might not ended up with Stevie G, Fox. So everything happens for a reason, eh?
Aye, that's how the cookie crumbles.
I'll tell you what, are we not happy to have him? What a manager for us, a manager.
I seen a nice wee clip of him on the media playing football with his wee boy up the stair. Crang. We left footer, mate.
I thought I heard somebody saying that his wee boy's better than him.
I think that's one of the reasons he's so popular with the support, mate. He's pretty down to earth, isn't he? Considering he's a mega star. He is a mega star, you know, in the football world, and he's so down to earth.
Aye, without a doubt.
You know.
And I loved it when he came to us and he says, "Bring it on. Bring it on." That's what I want. Bring it on. Come and get me.
I must admit, I didn't like the "Our day will come" quote. That didn't go down well with me.
Why?
Oh, you know who else said that, didn't you? No?
Well, a couple of people have used it, mate.
So who are we speaking about in particular?
He's maybe talking about somebody over at
the other
West
side of the city?
Isle of Man.
All right, okay.
I think Martin Luther King used that quote as well, Fox.
Yeah, that's correct. It's a
well, that's okay then.
Set of words, you know. Famous set of words.
Anyway, get yourself in mute. We got a good tune picked out tonight, Fox.
I have always got to be.
I hope it's a good one.
Yeah, give us a tune, Fox.
I've sailed the wide Atlantic, across the broad Pacific shore. I've sailed around the stormy capes, I've heard the parties roar. I've flied the Indian Ocean, I've sailed the China Sea. But there's a sea back home in Scotland, means more than all the rest to me. It's the blue, yes, the blue sea of thy brow. It's the greatest sight that I have ever seen. It's the blue, yes, the blue sea of thy brow. And it happens when the orange beat the green. No more I'll sail the seven seas, no more I'll ever roam. No more I'll feel the urge again, I'm back where I belong. At 3 o'clock each Saturday, I'll join a happy throng with Rangers banners all around. We'll proudly sing this song. It's the blue, yes, the blue sea of thy brow. It's the greatest sight that I have ever seen. It's the blue, yes, the blue sea of thy brow. And it happens when the orange beat the green. the blue, it's the blue sea of eyebrows. It's the greatest sight that I have ever seen. It's the blue sea of eyebrows. And it happens when the orange beat the green. And it happens when the orange beat the green.
It's the blue sea of eyebrows. Oh, what a wonderful song. Well done, Foxy. Fabulous number. Fabulous.
No bad, Fox. No bad. I'll give you that.
No bad. Cruelty of you. Great number, Fox. Keep that number one. Top of the pops.
Thank you, Bridge.
You're welcome, bud. You're welcome.
Well, obviously the phone lines on the work tonight, Fox, after last night.
I know it's the callers that make the show, and
Aye.
it's either that you get to listen to us three old gits going on and on for ages. So
Excuse me,
please phone
two
in.
old gits and me.
No, you're an old git as well.
Aye, and what's the number if they want to join us, Fox?
His number is 0141 356 1972.
What happens when they phone in?
If they phone in, let it ring, and then we will call you straight back.
Where else can they join us, Bridge?
You can join us on Skype at rangersradio.online, and also Brew look after you and bring you in. Make sure you're in, okay? And enjoy yourself, because you'll love it.
All right, okay. As long as people enjoy themselves, that's all. That's what matters, isn't it?
Aye. What do you think of Edmondson House getting knocked down Hawks? What do you
It's a
think
good
that'll
thing.
be? I think
Well,
it'll be replaced with.
I don't know, mate, but hopefully we'll see the plans. I think it might be today. Hopefully the 2022 work is going ahead, and hopefully we'll get some structure finished for the opening of that, mate. Big bit of land there. The building could be bigger, and if they've got plans, and it's going to be for revenue for the club, let's go for it and let's get behind it, yeah? Did you see the news about Argyle House being in the top 100 open house restaurants in the country, Fox? Did you see that?
I heard you speaking about it. I never read about it, but I've had many a meal up there, especially after the AGM with Big Bully and that, and really enjoyed myself.
Aye.
But it's a lovely restaurant. The food's brilliant.
And the view's not too bad, eh?
Yeah. I took my family there a couple of times when they were over from Australia. My sister was over from Australia and took all the family up there for a couple of nice meals. Just beautiful. They were very impressed.
Oh, brilliant.
Not with me, but the stadium, like, you know.
I was sitting up there the day that they chased the so-called spivs out, mate, looking across.
Oh boy, I'd have loved to have been there.
Aye, it was there. The motor parked and just after park, and seen them getting into it and told to get to, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've been joined by Cairo. Evening, Cairo.
Good evening.
How we doing, mate?
I'm doing
How you
fine.
doing, Cairo?
I'm doing great, Bridgeman. How's that caravan up Carfin?
Oh, the caravan's fine, buddy. Don't you worry about that. Caravan's
no,
fine. The dogs are still barking at it.
Oh, good. That's what I like to hear. I just see Jeff G. There's a couple of things he's mentioned there that you've not mentioned about. I mean, you've talked about Argyle House. I mean, I love it. I think it's great. The food in there is fantastic. But then the bistro never even got a mention. And it's got that big photo Alan Hutton up at as well. I mean, he should be good value for money in your sort of a cost is nothing itself for 9 million. So there you go. I mean, it's a so Jeff G. There, a wee shout out for you, buddy, for putting up those fantastic facts. I mean, the bistro doesn't even get quoted.
Well, and I mean that's because it's one of these. It's word of mouth reputations. It goes by Fox. The bistro.
Has Ibrox Loyal found it yet?
He found it and then he lost it because we lost Ibrox Loyal. We don't know what happened to him.
Oh, has he disappeared? Is he? Oh, well.
Fox. The bistro.
Oh, the bistro's just a meeting point, mate. It's always very good for a wee cup of tea, and I usually get myself a nice hot dog there. So
The Fox with a hot dog, eh? That's
what they call it, Foxy's Bistro for. Because I was there.
the bistro. That's fantastic. Where is this bistro?
I know with a few people looking for it, Cairo. Eh?
That was
By the way,
brilliant, man.
it's well known throughout the whole of Rangers land now, the Bistro. You
Aye.
guys have made it famous, very famous.
Well,
It's always mentioned.
after your success with Gennaro's, I mean, we could start charging.
Gennaro's.
Oh, that was brilliant on live, wasn't it?
Some
It's your
place.
fish fresh.
Brilliant.
That was the first time I went in. I'd used this. I got one of these iPhones, and I never knew what a digital phone was, to be perfectly honest with you. But I thought I was speaking to you in the car, so I switched it off, and I thought it would all go off. But no, the phone's in my pocket, so it was still on, still connected.
Well, we know.
Unbelievable.
We know, didn't we,
Unbelievable.
Cairo?
There was no nastiness about it. It was just a wee
No, it was
mistake,
just,
wasn't it?
is your fish fresh?
Is your fish fresh?
I get know that.
In other words, I wanted a fresh fish. You know.
You better not take away any of the dark nights you got to walk with you, Bridgeman. Don't take the phone with you.
I learned my lesson then. What his meaning was that I know Gennaro, go a regular up there, and you know, if his fish is lying, if it's been lying maybe 10 minutes or something like that, it's still warm. But yeah, I wanted me, at that time I'd want to put a fresh fish in for me. That's what I'm
Well, there
like.
you go. There, Bluebirds put up. Argyle House was 6th restaurant in Glasgow, number 6 in the top 100 UK restaurants. That's pretty good. That, I mean, you can't beat that.
I think the thing is, I don't think we get the revenue to it yet, Cairo, that we should have. I think it's still contracted out, and hopefully that contract will come to an end and it can become a great money spinner for the club, mate.
I mean, the food in it's fantastic. I like the food
I've
in
always
it.
enjoyed any time I've been there.
Well, yeah.
I
like
would love them.
I like the view and all, Cairo.
as Ronnie
would
Bell, as Ronnie Bell says, we should get Rudy's wife to do the cooking with the meal she gets.
I would love them to, when they rebuild, if indeed they do, rebuild that, they have a plan that at the top, up the top there of whatever building it is, there should be a really nice restaurant that the punters can go to and take their misses and things like that and then just enjoy themselves, you know.
Argyle House.
House?
Argyle House is that?
No, I'm saying Argyle House is run by an external company. That's all I'm saying.
We need to get it in the back-end house, Bridge.
But I
Aye,
don't know
aye.
if you'll ever get it back in house. All I'm
But
meaning
they
is that outside the building, in the new building as it goes up, might be a more favourable place to get the Bears to go.
The
Don't get me wrong, I've
contract,
got
all
nothing against it,
contracts
you know.
must come to an end at some point.
You would think.
You would think, yeah. You know, because there's obviously there's revenue streams there for the club, and I know it's not for the average supporter and match days. You know, so people are paying a lot of money for the hospitality, but for special occasions for people to go along and use it, it's first class, Cairo.
Well, it definitely is. I mean, I think the food in it's really nice. Service is fantastic. It's what you expect at a top class restaurant. It's really, really good.
I think we
Prices
should
are
have some
decent,
conference
you know.
rooms as well. You know, 'cause we should be able to go and have our AGM inside that building, this new building. You know, we should be able to go there and just straight in there and there'll be a conference room and that'll take it. That was it. So
But if you have
remember
a conference room that size, mate, and it's not being used, it's no revenue. You've got to think, well, why would you
No,
want
but
that?
it can be converted into something else
Aye, well, if it can
during
be,
the time,
that
you
can
know.
be done.
The
But
Rangers Radio EGM, that'd be you three old guys and another couple of folk, wouldn't it?
Who three old guys?
You three, I brought your average age. I phoned in there when he said Chip Fox said he
you
didn't
put the
want
average age
my
up,
average
Cairo.
age wrote down by a good 50 odd years.
Cairo, you've actually put the average age up.
No way, man. Thanks, Ox. You're a gentleman, not.
I'm a truthful gentleman.
Are you from Lanarkshire originally? Yes. Are you old? Yes.
Do you know Bridgeman? No.
We talked about the players, Cairo, for the value for cash, and
Yeah.
come up with. I mean, I get that Hutton cost is nothing. We get 9 million for him, but guys we brought in for transfers, the three were plunked for is Morelos, McCoist, and Alec McDonald. Did you argue against any of these three?
Colin Steen, I thought, was the man that was needed at the time. I think it was a catalyst that took us on. I think it was just brilliant. £100,000 at the time. Everybody's going, Jesus, if I know that's some money for a football player. Other couple probably Butcher. I know he never went anywhere else, but I mean Butcher was.
He left us for Coventry. Maybe we get most of my money back in Terry.
And that was him got a broken leg and everything and all that kind of thing. I mean, that was fantastic. And Gaza was the one that interested me. I must have been pay for him, and we get £3.5 million or something. Off Middlesbrough for him.
4 million, wasn't it?
I think about £4.5 million for Gaza we paid, and I think we got about 3 of that back, mate.
So I mean, that was good value for us as well. We get the sort of a best out of Gaza for that, for the time he was left there, playing at sort of a top level. I mean, against Aberdeen, a couple of games, and he strolled through them. There were a couple of games he played, he strolled through them.
Gaza lit the place up, didn't he?
He did, absolutely. I mean, you just remember, man. I mean, it's like in the 70s, all the Waynes that were all growing up in the school. You went into the primary school in the area I come from, and you shouted Derek, and about 10 heats turned in because all the Waynes were all getting called Derek after Parlane and Johnson. And when Gaza came, when Gaza came all the way, all the blondie heated, dyed permed heats, you've seen hundreds of them, man, everywhere. Okay, Gaza made a huge impression on everything. And
was it his personality? Was it his personality as well?
Aye, everything, his personality.
The whole thing about him,
I mean, on the park, he was just, he was different, wasn't he? He was this wee, as you said himself, this chubby guy that he didn't think could run. He'd get the elbows on him as well, but he had good balance, and he could get there, and he could hit a ball. Just different. And then, so that if you go to there, that's Gaza's another one. I think we did good value for the couple of seasons we had them, and then we sold them on.
I've just thought of one. Trevor Stephen, £1.5 million. We paid. We got 5.5 for him.
Yeah.
Trevor Stephen. Who was it? Him who went to Marseille?
Aye. Anyway, the average age is going to shoot right up, Cairo. Just think you will not.
You're not alone, Cairo.
You've been joined by Old Bear. He's an Old Bear.
Well, that cancels that's just back to where you were before me and Old Bear phoned in. That's average back to where it was.
That's Cairo going to
run. I made a mistake, Cairo. I made a mistake. I was looking for the incontinent helpline now.
You've almost got it.
You've got it. Fox, take this call, please.
Oh, God.
Baxter for me.
Baxter, 17,000.
Definitely.
17,000, aye.
The only world-class player that Scotland's ever produced.
All right, okay, that's a bold statement, but no money. There's no money. Aye, maybe you might be right there.
He's fully backed by the bridge man, I'll tell you. 100%.
What about Alfie Conn? I know he jumped to Dyke and that kind of thing. But what about Alfie Conn? He went away to Spurs. How much did he get for him after Spurs? I mean, I liked Alfie Conn when he played. I thought he was a good player. When he went to them, he's kind of done the hell of it.
The traitor.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, he's a good player.
I'm not even going to look that up. No, let me look that up. I don't know.
Nah, I don't. I know why, buddy, but I'm just thinking, you're thinking back of players when, transfer fees. I mean, Colin Steen was at 100,000 for Colin Steen was a steal. I mean, he's a goal machine, man.
Was he?
And a house.
Was he a goal machine?
Well, the first couple of games he played, he goes to that season he played was he scored good goal. He scored goals for us.
Did he?
Well, I think.
I'll have a look.
Watch! Don't step on anything now, Cairo.
Oh, I know. Oxy's obviously got the figures in front of him there, so I'm going to say none. Put it this way, my memory says he scored a couple of cracking goals.
He carried us for that season.
I think his play.
His presence, just his presence.
He's a great centre forward.
Yeah,
led the line well.
Yeah.
Right, let me see. Good company as well. Where am I? Colin Steen. Where have we went? Many goals you think you scored for us?
4.
101 goals in 213 games. No bad, I suppose.
1 and 2's all right. Especially when the teams were playing against in the days, it wasn't it?
But as when Bud Johnson said, when you scored the 8 goals in 3 games, the rest of it wasn't very good after that.
Well, that shows it, doesn't it?
I remember going to see the Rangers and when Steen was there, and a lot of the times, I'm not trying to bring him down, a lot of the times when Steen got the ball, he had to run out wide to get it because they weren't. I don't, for some reason or other, we weren't putting the ball through the middle to him because we wanted to cross the ball in so he could go up and head it. So just the way we played, and we ended up utilising him as a sort of an inside forward to a winger, and then you find out that he's the one that's crossing the ball in, and nobody there, or no, just about nobody there anyway. And that was the kind of strange thing that used to happen with Steen.
I mean, his goal scoring record, his first season when he came in, 18 goals in total, all competitions. Next season, 27, 23, Cup Winners' Cup year, 25. And then he didn't have a lot of appearances after that. Obviously, he moved and came away. He only had 14 more appearances after that with 8 goals. But obviously, in that 8 goals is the goal at Easter Road, Albert.
Aye, I remember that. Was that game, Rahidi? Aye, I like Steen. He's my hero. You know what I mean? I did like Steen. I thought he was a great centre forward. Not just for goals. I mean, he just led the line and dragged the team.
His play.
He was brilliant. He was brilliant. He didn't take any messing about either. You know what I mean? So
still doesn't he?
For my mind, that's what a centre forward should be. You know what I mean? Because you need to be hard as nails. Look, Alfie, you need to be hard as nails because you're getting it tight most games. You know what I mean? These people are not going to. Jimmy Miller, aye. But for class and sheer brilliance, it's going to be Baxter, isn't it? It really is, for me anyway. Ray Wilkinson, I mean, that's a good shout for an all, but we didn't get it for Ray, did we? But it was like, what a player, brilliant player.
Aye, I mean, but the one Wilkinson, the one away is that long, mate. You know, even Gaza wasn't away as long as you think. Laudrup, you know, it was exciting when they were there, but they weren't.
But I thought you were talking about money in and money out. I mean, the couple of years we did have them, we got them for nothing, literally, to be fair about it. All year, you know, for Gaza, you know, the money we paid out for him and the money we got back for him. We got
1.5 net.
Yeah, for what, 3 seasons, two goods, 1 bad.
2 good seasons.
Yeah.
He was a great investment for the Rangers. Because
who's that, Laudrup?
It helped.
Gaza.
No, I'm talking about Gaza.
Oh, Gaza.
It was a great investment for the Rangers because, my goodness gracious, he put us right up there back into the headlines again if we were never out of it, but we were right at the very top, and Gaza was a man. A wonderful time.
Thing me, Tony Andrew Flo's goal scoring record was better than Colin Steen's, Albert.
Was it,
aye?
I know we said we lost £6 million. I think we saved £6 million by getting £6 million back for him because
eight and a half back from me.
Was it 8.5? I didn't rate. Probably because he was never worth 12 million. If he would have got him for the right price, he'd have probably been worth it. You know what I mean? But
if you get his value, you get the how much it costs per goal. That'll give you a good measure of the value.
Well, so he's a better record than Colin Steen for that then, Cairo.
Big Bo Anderson, I know. Ox, he's got a good goal scorer.
He came in that season. Remember he came on against them and made a flu bug round the club and he scored big goals for his 2 against them, and then I think he got 2 at Easter Road on the Whitey 9 in a row.
Yes. Goals per minute on the park. He's supposed to be
like
better than anybody.
It's like the Forest now. If you use that stat, he's having a better season than Alfie.
You say, it's mad. It's just mad. I think it was Rudy said last night he thought Defoe was for him. He's just not had a chance in the team yet. But I think it was Friday night he'll come to the fore again, the wee man. I really do. I know we're getting off subject here, but I heard you talking about what the problem is with the team, the defence, blah blah blah. The problem I see is what you're seeing is we're not capitalising on our good play. That's what we're not doing. If we could just do that a bit more ruthless, we wouldn't have these problems.
Aye. Even Motherwell, that game should have been 2 or 3-0 at half time, mate, and the pressure's off you.
Absolutely, 100%. Absolutely.
100%.
And it's a shame because we're playing some good stuff. I mean, we're playing some really good stuff. And I'm like you. I like the way the team's playing. I like the fact that we can play that type of football at that speed. It's good to watch, but it's just that final bit. But that's where all the money is, isn't it? That's why you pay all the money for all these players that can actually put the ball in the net.
But you remember a few years ago we played Falkirk out of their ground, and we were like, was it 3-0 up or 2-0 up against them, and absolutely murdered them. And for some reason or other, just like some of the recent games we've played, for some reason or other, we stopped playing, and Falkirk came out, and they ended up drawing. I think they either beat us, or I think it was a 3-3 draw, but it was right to the very, very end, and it was just shocking stuff, just shocking stuff by us. But it's just pure pressure, nothing else, just pure pressure, So we obviously do.
Sorry, mate. Just while I've got this behind bridge, sorry for interrupting, mate. I was just looking at the F's there, right? And with Flo, he scored 38 goals in 72 games. And when you just below him, there's a couple of names, and then you get a Jim Forrest Fox. 146 goals in 166 games.
Terrific stats, mate. Absolutely terrific. He was a goal scorer.
Nobody's coming close to that, isn't there?
Sorry, Albert. Sorry, mate. Sorry, Bridgeman. Carry on, mate.
Not at all. Please keep going. Keep going.
No, just when I seen that, Albert, I mean, I know that I get that about Colin Steen, but I don't think Colin Steen was a fantastic player. I was at the game at Easter Road, but I was too young to really remember what was going on. But Steen was just before my time. I knew that I hadn't really. I was too young, but you know that people talk about. It wasn't just Steen the goal scorer. It was Steen getting the ball, winning the ball, making others play, and knocking people over.
Leading the line, mate. Leading the line. He's the best I've ever seen. Leading the
biggest mistake. That must be one of the biggest mistakes we ever made selling Forrest, I think.
Well, maybe
went to Aberdeen.
I think there was a lot more to it than just selling Jim Forrest. I think something was going on at Ibrox because it was the chairman who made the decision to get rid of some of these players, Forrest and McLean. So there was something no right. There's something no right at the club. Yourself, you've said it now, and that's all these years later. Why would they sell Jim Forrest? Why would they get rid of him? Why on earth would they get rid of him? Who knows? Mystery. I don't think we'll ever find it.
Well, you were speaking earlier about how the cookie crumbles. Would Jock Wallace ever have came to our attention if he hadn't been in goal with Berwick Rangers that day?
That is a fair comment. He was a player manager, wasn't he?
Aye.
That's a fair comment. I'll let we'll do this and we'll do it with the youngest up. Cairo, you can have this one first. Is that a fair comment?
Cairo? The youngest?
I couldn't remember. If you're talking about Colin Steen being 100,000, you must have been the Tory Andre Flo, Bridgeman.
No, me. Different person.
I had moulded studs and I had studs and that. It was Adidas football boots. You still use the old ones you used to hammer the studs in, did you know?
Aye, my old man had the last. He used to fix my boots for me, right? He used studs, leather studs with
that's my case, my lad.
When you go,
what's the question?
Foxy's point about Jock Wallace, how you just a bit of a luck and out of badness sometimes can come goodness.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. But that whole debacle was that was probably about the best thing that came out of it, because I think it was after that we got rid of McLean and Forrest and that as well.
Never played again, mate. They never played again.
I mean, as I say, the good thing was with Wallace came to mind and that kind of thing, and we got him there. But there's probably been a few things like that. I mean, how many players have we seen playing against us, playing a binder? And that one guy I'm going to mention is John Brown. Away up to Dundee in an cold, wet night watching, and this guy scores 3 goals. He scored from outside the box. He tanned his boys into the ring, and we're all going, who's he? Next season, I think, was it Souness at bottom after that? John Brown came to Ibrox. So just your Donald, he had a stunning game against the Rangers that night. Played brilliant, scored cracking goals, hit the ball a mile, hard as nails. And there you go, we eventually got him, and you get the best out of him. Who's the guy who was, what do you call him? It was out in the right wing. Cammy Fraser. There's another one. I mean, I don't think he was a great player, do you? But
No.
obviously, Souness or whoever it was rated him, played him out that right wing. He was a root ball all the time.
Didn't he sign him? I think John Gregg signed him, mate.
Was
John
it?
Gregg signed him. Aye, but Souness used him in that first season. He just played him in that position till he got somebody else in it was better, didn't he?
He did. That was the out ball. I mean, you remember the first time everybody's going, Terry Butcher, must be paid for Terry Butcher 600,000 or something, wasn't it?
Aye.
Something else, 50.
Something like that. Aye, something like that. And for a defender, you wouldn't pay that for a centre forward, man. What? He came, he did the body a Rangers player, and everybody's going, lucky. That was quite good. Then he did to a Rangers player again. The next one out knocked me tired out, this guy, and he did the body a Rangers player, and everybody's going, wow. And then he whacked a left-footed ball out to them, Cammy Fraser, about 40 yards, and everybody's going, he's worth every penny. That was it. It's just, and that was the way you just sort of then you grew into it. But Terry Butcher was another one, England captain. As soon as hadn't been there, you wouldn't have him. So all these things all gel together. Like, I'd never in my wildest dreams at that time.
Do you know? I thought
the World Cup, you're going to get the English captain. I
thought Butcher could have became our manager, but when he left, I don't know what happened to him. I think
he turned very surly, didn't he?
Aye.
I used to go and
I don't know
Nottingham at the time. Cairo, I was living in Nottingham, and I used to go and see Forest. That was the local team for me, and that was around about the time of Brian Clough, and Ipswich were a good team in English first division then, and Big Butcher and Russell Osman, I think his name is, twin centre halves. Butcher was a marvellous player. Pinged that ball, brilliant left foot. Pinged that ball up the park, brilliantly. Nearly always found the man. Superb stuff. And when he came to Rangers, I just couldn't believe it. We just moved back up again, and there he was. I thought he was a fabulous player for us. Absolutely outstanding. But just as you mentioned, at the very end, it just turned a bit sour. Something happened. Again, something must have happened.
Yeah, you don't know. Even just a lot.
Could it be that the club never wanted him to go?
He really did. He started talking crap and Uncle Tom stuff and all that nonsense, and he started pandering to that Scottish press and media and all that to curry favour with him. And then his commentary and his punditry on some of the games was cringeworthy. You know what I mean? It really was cringeworthy. So I have no time for the man. I really haven't.
No, as far as that's concerned, no. But at the time, mate, I thought he was going back. Maybe, I don't know, 20 years now. Maybe I maybe thought there was a chance that he might have became our manager when he started out, but obviously it never worked out for him when they get the house. Hello, evening caller. How we doing?
How you doing?
Who's this, mate?
It's Ian. I phoned just last night.
All right, how we doing, Ian? What's on your mind?
I know, bad pal. I was just listening to your show again. I was running about like a headless fly there. Listening to all the old players that were getting mentioned. Michael Moles, that sprang into my mind.
Moles was fantastic for us, but obviously I don't think we got any money for him. But when he came in, I'm talking about somebody who was unlucky when he came in, but I don't think we'd seen anybody like Moles, and I mean that with the greatest of respect. Fox, then Bridge, will have something to say on Moles. Fantastic player, Fox.
Oh, absolutely. But what I wanted to say as well, for the goalkeepers, Andy Gorham and Stefan Klos, they don't get mentioned very much.
Klos was a lot of money. Gorham wasn't so much. I'll check out how much Andy was, but Klos at the time was a lot of money for a goalkeeper. Fox.
On Michael Moles, mate.
Yeah.
Terrific player, mate. Up until he got injured, He was
Oh, I should have
unique, mate. Absolutely unique. That the Moles turn. I'd never seen anything like that in my life, mate. He could just spin defenders on the turn of a coin, and he was a great finisher as well. Great player.
The last time I seen anybody do that spin like that was when that night up at Savoy with you.
Aye, that was a night.
He should have jumped in Oliver Cahn's head instead of what he tried to do. You know what I mean? He didn't want to hurt Oliver Kahn that night.
Or somebody else should have jumped in Oliver Cahn's head.
Ian, there's always a wee bit of delay in Skype. You'll hear your name when we bring you in. Cairo?
No worries, pal.
Cairo?
Moles, I like Moles. The only time I've seen anything like it was that goal against Motherwell with Morelos, just the way he turned. Although Morelos was a bit more looser with his body but he still managed to turn. Whereas Moles, it was a sharp pirouette. I don't know that Morelos can turn as well, but I just thought Moles, the way he could jink to the left, jink to the right, and then he'd suddenly go straight forward. It was different. It's a different type of player. Really good.
Olber?
Oh, Moles is a fantastic player. Fantastic. It's a tinge of sadness every time you think of Moles. You know what I mean? What could have happened and what he could have become with Rangers. It's a tragedy. It's a shame because that boy was something special. He really was something special. You know what I mean? As Fox says, that spin, nobody's ever seen anything like that before. And you're going, he's just leaving people for absolute dead. You're going, how did he do it? How is he managing to do that? But I don't care how he done it. It was brilliant to watch.
And he could score as well, mate. He could score as well.
Oh, aye. He could take a chance or two. Great player. In fact, it's one of Dick Advocate's better signings, to be honest with you, because he did sign a load of draws. But in that one, no Moles. Moles doesn't come into that. He's a fantastic player.
Bridgman?
Moles was something else. He had the potential to be one. For us anyway, he had the potential to be probably our best transfer. He was a wonderful player. But unfortunately, that injury just did for him. And you got wee flashes of it. He came back and he got wee flashes of it. But my goodness gracious, just as boys said there, the first time we saw that pirouette he was doing, oh my God, when you seen anything like it, he was turning them around, them like corkscrews, just amazing stuff. But what a wonderful and a big smiling face, marvellous. And yet, what Cairo said there is probably true as well. I think that goal he scored, that Morelos scored at the weekend, was very similar. Managed to turn and get a low shot and scored a goal. Just great to see. The defenders didn't know what to do. So I've not seen it. Sorry?
I like what Albert says, the Moles. When you talk about Moles, it'll always be... you always have a bit of sadness in it, Bridger.
Oh, absolutely, pal. Absolutely. Heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking. You got a guy. Wow, dear.
He scored 48 goals for us in 146 games, 34 as sub, 48 goals. By the way, you get the same number of red cards as Colin Steen. There you go. Wouldn't have known that.
We're going for Utrecht, wasn't it? And then sell back to Utrecht.
That's right, mate.
I can't remember getting sent off.
3 times he gets sent off. Same as Colin. And
was he rough then? Did you see him as rough?
No, not at all. He gets sent off against the semi-final against them 2001. Fenerbahce at home in a nothing each draw. And Champions League qualifier League 1. And then in 2004 we won 3-2 away. And he gets sent off against Dunfermline Bridge. But he was 28. It was in the peak of his powers when he came to us. His first season, 9 goals in 9 games. And then he got his injury. That's league games, that is.
Yeah, I think you'll probably find the 2 European ones where he gets sent off. That I wouldn't be surprised with that because somebody as tricky as him.
He never gets sent off. Only once in Europe, mate.
I thought he said twice against Fenerbahce. Did you say?
Aye, once.
Yeah, but there was no 2 European games. I do apologise.
One against them.
One against Fenerbahce.
One against Dunfermline.
And one against Dunfermline. Sorry, pal.
Aye, so
I'm not surprised at getting sent off against them because you get very involved against them very easily. If you're a clever player, they'll suck you in He'll suck you in and make you do things you don't want to do.
Mm-hmm. But his first season, 9 league games, 9 league goals, Cairo. That was his first season. That's how he started for us. Then obviously got his injury.
Mm-hmm. I thought he was a great player. Yeah, it's a pity about that. On German, 95 mile out his bombing area and getting banged his knee. He shouldn't have been there. Oliver
Marco
Kahn.
Negri, another one, you know that one.
No,
Marco Negri.
Squash ball
Proud
done for
of
him,
Caniggia.
didn't it?
Squash ball, aye. Marco Negri started like house on fire,
On game against the United, on wee chip out of the goal. I mean, that time you get the ball and just lobbed it out of the goalkeeper, you just thought to yourself, well, there's something different about this guy, isn't there?
We were in La La Land then, weren't we? We were in La La Land watching that guy. Fantastic. When you're going to get the day. Yeah.
Ian's other shout, the goalie, mate, was a good shout as well. Did we not get terrific value out of him?
Andy Gorham.
Aye.
Oh,
His goals for
absolutely.
games wasn't he very good?
The flying pig.
he let us down a wee bit there. Excuse me.
It's a bit like
Was it
McGregor,
Foxy?
the new. McGregor doesn't do much for us, the new, does he?
Yeah. Foxy, can I ask you a quick question? Is Ozzy Jer got a number in the lottery?
If he wasn't in the lobby last night, probably not.
He sent him one of these wee WhatsApp. And what I was saying to you earlier, then
Did he not get enough stuff for Tracy?
Who?
Ozzy Chair.
Ozzy? Oh, I don't know, pal. That's
Tracy sent
your
him
choices.
Tracy sent him a food parcel.
A food parcel. I'm just saying he's in the WhatsApp there and he's just said something about I never got a number.
Is he moaning?
No, he's just saying something. I'm just asking. I was asking Foxy.
That's bridge you, Ozzy Jer and Fox.
That's good. Do that.
Right, sorted. There you go.
Thank you, pal. Thank you.
Next time we're going to charge £100 a ticket for these Fox. It seems to be that. Everybody
Very
wants
popular.
it, don't
Very popular.
What do you think?
Thanks for doing that, Foxy. Thanks for doing that, bud.
£100 a shot.
Well, I don't know about a shot. Are you speaking about goals? Shots for goals, is it?
£100, that's about 15 fish suppers out of Gennaro's. Man.
Well, no far off it, by the way. No far off it.
Andy Gorham, 260 games for us.
What was it? How much did he pay? How much did we pay for him?
He was the young when he came to us. He was 27, Andy.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got with Hibs, I think.
Scottish international cricketer.
I've
I
seen him
think
play
it was £1 million
cricket.
or something we paid for him, was it not?
It was £1 million, I think we got Andy Gordon for.
Andy Gorham, I remember that goal against the Hearts.
$1 million.
The first game, wasn't it? The one it's kind of it was a bit like just somebody went over the top of him and into the net. It was the first couple of minutes for Hearts, wasn't it? Hearts against us.
Right, I know.
And I was, we were stunned. We were going back out, and one of the guys said to me, he said, what's it, they, what's this on the other side? Did you listen? I think they'd won or something. We're all going, they did win, they won 1-0. The guy goes,
That's right.
What are
Hibs
you on
put us
about?
out the... Remember, Hibs put us out the League Cup?
He broke Tommy Byrne's heart.
What are you on about?
It broke Tommy Byrne's heart.
That game was at Tynecastle. Gorham left it around the side.
Aye, the guy's going, is that draw? Listen, I'm cheering for a draw. And we're going, listen, they scored right away. They scored right away. The guy says, no, I was in at the start. I said, aye, well, you must have been in when they were restarting. He says, they scored the first couple of kicks. The guy was going out mumping and moaning about the Hearts fans cheering and jumping. Listen, we think they'd won or something. We're all going, aye, well, they did.
Was that in the League Cup? Am I getting
League
that right?
Cup.
Was that the League? Aye, that's
League
one
Cup.
at Wee Durant. He says to Wee Durant, and in the dressing room, Hibs went through that day, and he says to, if I stayed with Hibs, I'd be in the next round of the League Cup. Wee Durant said, if you stayed at Hibs, we'd all be in the next round of the League Cup.
Oh, Gerrard, that was a player and all, wasn't he, man? Same what happened to him. Man.
Top quality.
When guys like Waltons talked about Gerrard, that's when you know he could play the game at the highest level. Cairo.
Okay. It was a joy to watch, man. A joy to watch. Just when we spindle the legs, man, they just seem to waltz by players and That was good. I mean, when in the days, I mean, when you started, you know, when you start thinking about it for the 86, 87 season onward, man, as Bridgman says, you were in La La Land. Everything was gone. Everything was fantastic. Apart from that trip up year where Big Butcher get his leg broke with McLeish. If we'd have won that, that'd have been fantastic. It just so happened it was their sort of a centenary year, and it was a bit of a downer, but La La Land, you're absolutely right, Bridgman. That's what it was. It was like we were in cloud nine for 9 years.
I think it's coming again, Cairo. I think the strides we're making and where we were and where we are. And funny enough, when you start looking at the 3 run that they've had at the Champions League door, even for getting knocked out, and then you look at the players they've sold, because I looked at that tonight when I was looking at the transfer values, the players they sold, particularly Southampton, you think they've had a free run at this. And where are they? They're just a ball head in front of us, and we're coming. They ain't.
Tremendous parallels there, you know, with Gerrard and Souness and the way we're playing, and I think Gerrard's feet, if he can get us to win the league, will be slightly more because we've came from way down, you know, in that 3rd division type of thing. So, but I mean the parallels are there, and if he can get us, I keep going on, I'm not going to mention it tonight, but you know what I was going to say there. If we can just go forward and get this league this year, you're absolutely right, and it just sets us up to be the same as it was then, you know, because we're starting for a much better base, with a better chance than they have. And you know, I would love it for the younger fans that have never experienced this sort of a euphoria, you know, that we had then. I mean, I remember I was talking to the guys that never got to the game up at Aberdeen, and the Rangers won the league, and guys walking home, there were about 15 guys got lifted that night just for being drunk and disorderly walking home. And they said they were in the prison cell, and the prison cells are getting quite full. And one of the guys, they lifted and brought him in, and they says, right, so and so, you can go home. He says, I'm fine here. I'm enjoying the sing song.
What was it like, Bridge? Was it a good sing song?
Yeah. But I mean, that was a sort of that was just that sort of a huge relief, and oh man, it was just and then the next season it just went on again, and plus the football they were playing. And I would say you did come to expect it, and you worried a wee bit when Souness left, and then Walter Smith kept it going. And I mean that great run we had in '92, and then you started getting guys. It was great, wasn't it? It was just fantastic.
I think the good times are coming again. I genuinely believe.
Can I jump in here for a wee bit, guys?
On you going?
I used to go to the football with my brother, and honestly, we used to say, it's getting boring these days, how many goals are we going to score against this mob, and choking for a challenge. Back in the day, do you know what I mean? And I wish I'd kept my mouth shut. Because we were just destroying teams back in the days, and
you think
go at the game knowing you were going to win.
You think that, mate? But see, when you look back at the seasons, wasn't as easy as you think. Your memory plays.
No, I know that now.
You know, we had some shocking results. I mean, there was teams. I remember Dundee United came to Ibrox with an exceptional team, and they beat us 3-0.
Oh, we started the one.
I remember that as well.
We started with 3 breakaways.
You know, so it always they were always there. But this level of consistency we've got this now it's up there with some of the levels of consistency of our so-called great teams. Fox?
I would agree. When you look back in time, I think your memory gets a wee bit confused about everything was brilliant and everything was easy, but it really wasn't. We used to struggle in cup games, going away to places like Dunfermline and Alloa and God knows what. We'd win the game, but sometimes we would only win 1-0 when you're expecting a barrel load. And it's a wee bit of that just now as well. Teams that we should be destroying, we sometimes can struggle in. But overall, the performance this season is up there. It's good. And the run's as good, especially in Europe, as we've had in a long time.
Oh, it's brilliant, folks.
Yeah, thank you, Hamilton. Arbroath. I remember being up at Arbroath, and I remember Big Butcher. The ball came in for a corner. We were right behind the goal. You could hear Butcher shouting, "Ali!" And he headed the ball. He could have headed the ball for goals himself, but he headed it to Ali. And Ali went up and he headed the ball with his shoulder and bobbled over the goalpost. You thought you were never going to score that night. I think that was the night Colin Westgate crocked and all, I think.
We beat East Fife in penalty kicks in the League Cup, mate. I mean,
so you're right, folks. I mean, the memory is. I mean, sometimes when we're talking about games on here, and you guys are talking about games, and I'm listening, I'm going, what's that game? And I can't mind of that. But it blends in, one game blends into another game, blends into another game. Talk about that goal that so-and-so scored, and you're going,
I remember Hamilton beat us years ago.
But they were in the top league. But you talking about Berwick Rangers was mentioned earlier on there. The 2003 season, was it 2003 season when we won the treble? We drew at Berwick Rangers in the cup.
That's one I can't remember.
So yeah, well that's right. You're as Fox says, you probably are raising for the memory because
aye.
They don't stick with the narrative that we had a great team that time. But it was great. But I mean, I just hope what you're saying right, Oxger, and the parallel that we have with back in 86, 87 follows through, and we started getting playing that style. Imagine playing that style of football for the next 3 or 4 years and winning leagues. The young supporters will be over the moon, man.
Oh, the young supporters deserve it.
Albert.
See, what I think about what's happening, when you think back like that, it was enjoyable because the challenge was there, and all these teams that we replaced, what the challenge that scum have got to do. Back then, Aberdeen, Dundee, United, all them, they were all buying players to try and keep up with us. So you had the challenger, and I don't know about you, but football's supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be unpredictable. It's better when it's unpredictable because you enjoy the game better. You don't know what's going to happen. What's happened in recent times with this scum mob is it's just predictable. They win everything and that's it, and there's no challenge to them. But they're scum. That's just what they accept. Us Rangers supporters would never accept that. As Big Ian said there, if we were doing what they were doing, you'd end up getting bored and going, this is crap, man. I'm not getting up there. It's only heads. We'll slaughter them tonight, or it's only X. We'll beat them tonight. You've got to have the challenge. It's got to be unpredictable. Yep. That's what makes football. That's what's enjoyment comes. That's why you pay your money, you pay your season ticket. You're supposed to sit there on edge going, come on now, right, let's get into this. Let's have the challenge. You can't and should want to win every game because if you do, you'll stop going to football. It's got to be a challenge. And it's got to be unpredictable. Carry on.
Because Celtic have had it easy for the last 8 years. Do you know what I mean? Rangers won the there. So they've had it easy. I don't care what any of the speed drivers say. So, and they can cause on UCO and all the rest of it, but they knew that we're a lot stronger. Last Sunday there, we destroyed them. I know we get beat, but we destroyed them.
At the end of the day, I mean, you look at the big empty head. Look at what they've got over there. I mean, they've got to have a cause. If you don't give them the cause, they die in the vine. That's just the way they are. They're just crap. They're just a scummy club that live like that. Whereas we like the challenge. As Bill Spruce said, we enjoy the chase. Come on, chase us. We want it. We want the challenge.
Was it Alex Ferguson that called them a classless club?
That's what they are, mate. That's exactly what they are.
I think it was actually a classless club we called them.
Right. Okay. But he knows his football. But listen, obviously memory can play tricks with, but I think we're in a good place at the moment. Albert taking your place, but we've just got to keep winning and then watch the pressure swing, because I think it'll swing.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. I mean, we're in a position that every other club in Scotland wants to be in, and that sounds crazy, but we're building and building and building. The momentum's getting better. It's getting more exciting. You're enjoying it. Look at all these other clubs. Look at that Motherwell, empty grounds. Look at Kilmarnock, empty grounds. Look at all the grounds. That scum, empty ground. We've got something good going now. All we need to do, as Cairo said, is smash the ceiling now. Once we smash the ceiling, we're off and running, by the way. But I've got a bit of bitterness in me. I've got a real bit, but once we get in tap this time, Once we get we're fitting their throat, it's never coming off ever again. None of this, let's all be pals, carry on. I'm done with all that, carry on. I don't want to be pals with anyone. So, as far as I'm concerned, getting top, staying top.
All right. Bridgman?
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. I was one that, when way back in the 60s, it was still quite enjoyable because you used to meet up with your mates and our big trippies would go into the tune and things like that, meet up in the Ingram bar, and it was a mixed club, you know, and we had a lot of mates that were football mates, like, you know, we played in the same team, and they would go to their end, we go to our end, knock lumps at each other verbally, come back, meet in Ingram, and the way we go home, you know, and that's what it was like for most of my years, but we never forgot who we were, neither side, may I say, but nowadays, you can't do it. You just can't do it. It's just not happening. No, for me, there's the bitterness is very, very sour in me, and up to the point where what happened to us, I can't forgive any club in Scotland. Any club in Scotland. They all wanted us down there for their own reasons. And I'm not saying that they caused it, but they didn't help us at all. None of them helped us.
That was the advice. That was the same advice that Bridgman got at his honeymoon. Albert, when you get on top, you stay on top.
Oh.
And you come kind of.
I think another thing that's changed for the days that you're talking about there, Albert, about the way back when they did challenge and other teams had the good teams and the crowds and that, and there are no crowds now. People aren't as interested in football as they were then. So Rangers are still attracting these fantastic crowds. They've got people wanting to go and see them. That sort of a party belonging to a club's still there. When you look at that Motherwell game, you look at some of the Motherwell, the other teams in that when they're not playing the Rangers, and you look at their grunts. Years ago, that was all it was. So everybody went to the football. You went, supported your local team, you went. Kids and teenagers and folk have other distractions now. So unless there's good fare on show, they're not going to go to the football just to stand in the cold or sit in the cold and watch dross. And that's part of the problem as well, I think. So for me, when you see Rangers with waiting lists and fooing the crowds and that, I'm just say, power to your elbow, but can hell mend them that they tried to put us down. Because I think eventually, to keep a strong league, some of these teams are going to have to go or amalgamate or do something to try and keep it up, because the pull of football isn't there anymore for the teams that used to be there.
With the crowds, you mean? With the crowds?
Yes, the crowds, yeah.
I mean, there was 8,000 or something there in Sunday, and there was about 5,000 empty seats, I think, we came up with.
It's madness.
Something like that.
So I think it needs to go.
Seats.
I think it needs a radical thoughts going into football here now. I mean, because this can't be sustainable. It can't be. It's nonsense. There's too much football anyway, as far as I'm concerned. You're getting swamped with it, just absolutely swamped with it. And I'll be honest with you, if it's not the Rangers, I'm not really interested. I just don't watch much football. And I know Jimmy and Stardog and all that like the football, and they watch all the football games and all that. I really can't. I just sit and go 10 minutes in a game and I'm bored crapless, and I'm going, I'm not watching. If there's no Rangers, I'm not interested.
That's it. That's
I'll
another.
tell you what today used to. What day thoughts to tomorrow night? Because we've reached that time of the evening, Bridgman.
Can I say one quick thing?
On you go, Ian. Only because you're new.
Thanks. I watched Oxford United versus Man City tonight, and Oxford put up a fucking smash. Oh, sorry for
What's
swearing.
your language?
I know, sorry. They put up a magic fight against Man City, which was.
That's the way it should be, innit? That's the way it should be.
And Man City's a strong team.
Anyway, over to Bridge.
Sorry for swearing.
Don't worry
Yeah, need to get him banned for all that swearing. That's shocking, by the way. You're a shocker, boy. Can I just say, listen, guys, another marvellous night. Well done to Foxy and Oxdear, and of course, Old School Blue. Can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, and particularly Rangers fans in here on Rangers Radio, my God, am I looking forward to Friday. Keep it going for the Rangers, because the Rangers really need us. Keep it going.
Go on yourselves, guys.
Bridges get 4 more sleeps, 2 more full sleeps in his afternoon naps before the next game. Can thank everybody for phoning in tonight. Thanks to Ian and George who phoned in, Cairo, and all there for joining me, Fox and Bridge. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night between 9 and 11 talking about all things Rangers. Take it away, Old School Blue and Fox.
Thanks very much, guys. Good night.
How many years ago, my boys, I left the Glasgow town. I followed the pull of the Yankee land and here I've settled down. Although I'm in so Bridgeton Cross and my friends so near and dear, but I would give if I could have the Rangers over here. Singing Talk of California where the sun shines all the year. Singing Bama about your Broadway light so clear. But it would fill my heart with sadness, it would fill my heart with cheer if we only had the Rangers over here. For they're the finest team in all the land, and I'm sure that you'll agree. To see them win is something grand, it's part of history. For the boys who fear none eyes, my lads, and I mean that's quite sincere. What I would give if I could have the Rangers over here. Singing Buck of California where the sun shines all the year. Singing Bama about your Broadway light so clear. But it would fill my heart with gladness, it would fill my heart with cheer if we only had the Rangers over here. Finest team in all the land, and I'm sure that you'll agree. To see them win is something grand, it's part of history. For the boys who fear none eyes, my lads, and I mean this quite sincere. What I would give if I could have the Rangers over here. Singing Talk of California where the sun shines all the year. Singing Bama about your Broadway light so clear. But it would fill my heart with sadness, it would fill my heart with cheer if we only had the Rangers over here. If we only had the Rangers over here. If we only had the Rangers